sell at craft markets? Are you looking for a pattern that will take a lot of yarn and not take a lot of time but sell really well? Today I'm going to be sharing one of my best market makes. Did I pique your interest? I hope I did. This cute little pattern is something that is pretty versatile. You can use it just as a doll, or you could use it as a backpack buddy, which I really like. And what would that be? It's so small, it fits in my pocket, and it's labeled for my next market already, is this cute little bee. Look at that. So cute. Fits in the palm of your hand and makes a really great make. I sell these at my market for $6. And if I make it a backpack buddy, I charge $8. So without further ado, let's get started. And remember, keep watching because there are some tips and some bloopers because this one, for some reason, I had some technical issues. All right, let's go. This mini bee tutorial, you are going to need a 5mm crochet hook. If you wanted to go 4.5mm, that would be okay. You are going to need 8mm safety eyes. You will need a pair of scissors, darning needle. If you're going to make it a keychain, you're going to need a chain or a hook or just the chain, whatever you decide that you would like to use for your keychain. And then finally, you're going to need your yarn. You're going to need 3 colors of yarn. If you wanted a regular color bee, that will be yellow, black, and white. Today, I'm going to be making a girly bee, so I'm going to have a little darker pink, a light pink for the wings, and then gray for the center. What's really fun about this project is that it doesn't take a lot of yarn, and it's super quick to make. So because I'm using chenille yarn, we are going to use the slip stitch chain 2 method. So I slip stitch on my hook and I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to put 8 single crochets in this first stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to make sure that tail goes to the back. 6, 7, 8. So I like to tug that just a little bit. It kind of closes that hole. All right, so now we have 8. And now we're going to increase. So we're going to go, increase means 2 in 1 stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you've done an increase all the way around, it's going to be 16. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, now that we have 16, we're going to get a stitch marker. It'll help us just a little bit. I'm going to crochet 1 and put my stitch marker in, so that helps me know where I'm going to be going. So we're going to do 16 around. So there was 1, 2. We're not going to pull that one all the way through. Now I'm going to change to my gray yarn, and I'm going to do the same thing I did before where I do a slip stitch. I like to put a knot on it and not just lay it there so it doesn't pull through. And you will pull that stitch through right there, and I like to pull it tight in the back, and then I'll take my stitch marker out because for this part I'm not going to need it because I am going to know where I am going. So now that I have changed colors, keep that pink, don't trim it. We're going to work over the top of the gray tail and the pink in the back for a couple stitches just to hold it down. So we're going to do 16 again. 1, 2. I don't want to work across here because I want my color change to be even. So I will stick my crochet hook in this spot right here where I started, and I will grab and I will pull it through the back, pull it up, and chain 1. Alright, so right now what I'm going to do, so this is going to be the bottom of my bee. I'm going to turn it and I'm going to place my safety eyes. I don't have ready. So here are my safety eyes. What I'm in is between the second and third row. So here's 1 row, 2 row, 3 row. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it there. To put 4 stitches in between. Now I'm going to put my backs on. Now we're going back to our color change. So we changed 1. So now we're going to work around and we're going to do 16. So again, 1, 2, and you're going to do that all the way around. Just meet me back to where we started. We're going to work another 16 around in the gray. So just meet me back here. Done our 3 rows, we're going to pick up our pink again and do 1 row of 16 in the pink. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the pink for a couple stitches, working in the tail of the gray, and then we'll trim the gray. So we're going to pull this pink through. I like to pull the gray down a little bit so it's not bunchy. And now we're going to go 16 around. So 1, working that tail and behind. See how I'm grabbing it behind? 2, and now I'll just give myself just a little bit of gray and move that yarn out of the way. And I can still work over the tail just fine. And I will do 16 around. Crochet hook down there, grab the yarn, pull it through there, pull it up, and chain 1. Alright, we're just going to pull that up a little bit and put our stitch marker there, because what I like to do is I like to work in my lightest yarn. So that could be white if you're doing a regular colored bee. I'm going to use this very light pink, and we're going to face the bee. It doesn't matter if you start this way or if you start this way, but you're going to start at the side and you're going to pick a center stitch here. Okay, find your center stitch, but first I need to get the yarn on there. So I'm going to slip knot, and I'm going to slip stitch, find that stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch this on. You want to make sure that you have enough tail because you're going to use that to tie it later. I'll show you what I mean. So slip stitch this on, and then you're going to chain 2, and then in that same stitch you're going to do a half double crochet, and then you will do another half double crochet, and again another half double crochet. And now you're going to slip stitch 1, and you're going to turn, make sure that tail is out of the way, and you're going to half double crochet into the stitch right next to it, right to the center. So 1, 2, you're going to find that space. It's going to be a little tight, and even if you want to go to the next stitch, that's fine too. You're going to tie off, so you're going to pull that through, slip stitch through there, and then pull that, leaving yourself a tail. Pull that through. Okay, you have your wings, which you can adjust. We're going to take, and with your darning needle, you're going to work these tails to the center. So to make it easy, I just put the hook down the center. So there's the tail. With the other tail, I'm going to work that through. You're inside out. You're going to take and you're going to tie those two ends together. And it's okay if it frayed and the chenille falls off, because guess what? It's on the inside. You're not going to see that. So there you go. Now we're going to flip it out, and you're just going to kind of adjust it. Now we are going to go back to finishing off our bee. Take the stitch marker out, and now we're going to crochet 1, decrease 1. Crochet 1, decrease 1. All the way around. Now you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You have 12 stitches. Now with your stuffing, just with a tiny bit of stuffing, I'm just going to stuff that in there. Take a little bit more stuffing. You want your little bee to be plumps. Now that you have that in there, now we're just going to decrease around for 6. So 1, 'So what you do is you take the loop of the front of what you just worked and decrease. So see how I'm just grabbing the first loop, 2. Now we're going to tie off. Give yourself a little bit of a tail because you want to use that to weave it in. Pull that through your needle. I'm going to just whip stitch it closed. So just starting in the front stitch again, just close that up. I'm going to stick this down the center and pull that through and closed, and see how nice that just invisible decrease right there is what that called. And then we're going to move and just kind of work this end in so I don't have to snip it again. And then I like to do it again out the other way, just because. And then if you do have a tail, you can just take your scissors and work that in. If you wanted to stop there, this is a super cute little bee. Super cute little bee. But if you wanted to make it a keychain, I am going to show you how to do that. We're going to take this off. When I get my chains and my plastic hooks, I like to attach them together. It just saves time for me and I can match them up. So what I'm going to do is going to take this off just for a second, because this is like the tedious part. It's like, oh, I don't know how to do this. Is I'm going to take my darning needle and my metal, and I'm going to put, did you see how I put my needle through that little hole? And I'm going to work it into my bee. And see how that pushed it through? So now it is part of my bee. And then I can put the plastic hook on. And there you have a cute little backpack buddy that is a bee. And there is your pink option, and then here is your yellow option. Okay, let's try that again. Take two. I totally recorded that and it had no sound. If you make it for your markets, please tag me at scrappy_warriorwoman on Instagram. And if we aren't friends, come follow me over there. Here is the pink one. I gotta get my face really close to it because it wants to focus on my face and not the actual bee. Sorry, my face is so close to the screen. It doesn't like to focus on the bee. There we go. Kind of. Let's try that again. So super cute. Quick story, because I always have a story. My grandbabies were just here. I crocheted them up something little like this for the airplane ride. My daughter sent a picture with the grandbabies with their little dolls in their hands. It's perfect hand size dolly for littles and also backpacks for. I hope you have success in your markets and whatever you make these be for. Happy crocheting.